All right, so my name is Gurjeet Matharu. I'm the principal founder and CEO of NAVA Ventures. And being a millennial myself, I grew up here in Canada and I never really got that financial education through my school or through my bank. In my 20s, I quickly fell into credit card debt. And throughout this process, I really had to teach myself everything when it comes to finances. And over time, I realized that I just had poor financial habits. And more importantly, I really didn't understand the landscape at all. It got to a point where I finally learned what the difference between a credit union and a bank was. And from a personal value perspective, I should be banking at a credit union, but I bank at a big bank just because of their digital offerings. And that's where we come in. We bridge the gap for millennials and small financial institutions to help them attract and really engage millennials. We provide these digital offerings and a great digital experience, and we enable millennials and their members to have a positive impact as an individual, as a community, and for the world. And we do this through NAVA Money. NAVA Money is a personal finance management tool with a heavy emphasis on impact.
Hey, I'm really sorry, but we need to interrupt you because we're not seeing your deck, and we want to make sure you have an equal chance of everybody else, and the visuals will help us. So, really, give us 2 seconds, okay? We're sorry about that, and we'll give you a little rewind. But I think we got the commentary though.
Sounds good.
There we go.
Okay, I guess it just didn't go through. All right.
Yeah.
Would you like me to restart or?
Maybe just fast forward quickly, and we'll walk through the slides really quickly and fast forward the conversation up to where you were.
Okay, so this is our problem. Financial institutions really struggle to acquire and retain millennials. And what we bridge the gap between millennials and these financial institutions. And getting back on track here, NAVA Money, this is our solution. And for NAVA Money, we have a personalized finance management tool that really emphasizes impact. Not only that, we educate. And for a collaboration, we allow you yourself with your friends and family to collaborate and come together for community level goals. And best of all, we hook you up to a global ecosystem to allow you to remove CO2 from the atmosphere or remove plastic from the oceans, really make a social impact on a global level. And at this stage, I would like to introduce Christine. Christine is an executive that works at a small financial institution. And she realizes that there's a generational wealth transfer occurring from baby boomers to millennials. She also realizes that she has an aging population, an aging member base. And she knows that she needs to acquire and retain millennials. So throughout her research, she realizes that there's financial wellness that's really lacking. So she creates in-person courses and classes. However, it's very low a success rate. Not only that, she realizes that they want a better digital experience, but she simply does not have the resources to provide this in-house. And that's where we partner with them to provide this great digital experience, empowering users to make better decisions for themselves, their community, and the globe. And the unique thing about this is 9,000 other financial institutions that are in the exact same scenario. And collectively, they serve 125 million people across both Canada and the USA. We charge $5 per month per user. And we have 2 letters of intent and are launching our paid pilot later this year. There's a lot of competition in fintech, but we are uniquely positioned in this social impact personal finance space. In addition, our competitive advantage really revolves around the data integrity and evidence-based data. What that really means is our metrics are validated for the truthful or evidence level of that particular data set. And myself, I have extensive history working with data, particularly time series data in aerospace. I recently taught at BCIT for cybersecurity. I would also like to highlight Dum and Dillon, who currently leads the accounts and payments solutions at BCLC, which is the BC Lotto Corporation. And recently, we won Startup Canada's pitch competition for SDG1, which is poverty reduction. We also have won Boom Startup, and we're finalists for the Coast Capital Venture Prize. And we're seeking $1 million. With this $1 million, we're going to be using it for operating costs, security, and software. The milestones we fully expect to achieve are 5 additional financial institutions and a 12-month runway. And with that, I'd like to thank everybody. We're on a mission to really make a positive impact for an individual, their community, and to the globe. And we ask you join us. Thank you.
Awesome. Good job. Thank you very much, Gurjeet. Could you just explain how this fits into, from my understanding, you're going to be partnering with financial institutions to better serve their millennials, correct?
Correct.
Is this a standalone product that they're going to be offering, or is this bolted on to their existing kind of banking experience for the millennial market?
This is a standalone app where we co-brand the experience to each community. The way that I really like to explain it is a lot of big banks, they have their core banking app and then they have additional tooling. We're that additional tooling for that particular institution.
Gurjeet, have any of your customers, I had the exact same question as David, has any of your customers talked to you or potential customers talked to you about, combining this into an account that's targeted specifically millennials, so it's embedded in online banking? I think that the drop off once you get outside of your online banking app to all those auxiliary tools, just usage falls off a cliff. So I'm just curious how you're thinking about that go to market.
So far we've had a really good success on our current model, but we're not saying that we're not flexible. But the main point is our goal is really to take over the core banking experience. Overall, majority of the credit unions here in Canada, they just can't compete with the big banks when it comes to their tech offerings. And there are ultimately 1 or 2 vendors that really play in this space. So to really answer your question, our goal is to start off with this current model and slowly, using open banking and the other initiatives out there, take over the entire banking experience.
Gurjeet, I would argue that many financial institutions don't cater to millennials well, period, whether they're credit unions or larger ones. You mentioned in your competitive differentiation that the integrity of data was key. And you talked a lot about that data. Why is that important for the user?
Well, 2 reasons. One is around the education itself. It's one thing to just get education on YouTube or nowadays TikTok. There's another to get the education and see your behavior change. So we validate the learning that you've actually done. We call that closed loop learning. Secondary, it's another thing to just give to an NGO. Maybe you give $10 or $50. What we provide is what you actually did with that $5 or $10, all the way down to satellite imagery and photos of the actual event or NGO doing whatever they were doing. So we provide like real evidence to show that you're actually making a difference.
So it's more around transparency and honesty.
Exactly.
Okay. Dave, I'll pause there if you have another question.
Don't have another question right now. No, that was pretty clear.
Okay.
Thanks.
Maybe Gurjeet, if I can follow on, because I think we have another minute. There's a lot of personal finance managers out there. There's a lot of education tools out there, like you mentioned TikTok and the rest of them. What makes you think that people are going to engage with this? Is it really the social aspect that you think will be the driver for the millennial?
Yes. Social aspect and evidence-based. What I really mean by that is 84% of millennials really make a decision based off of the value alignment. And we give them an option to choose what values matter to you and where you want to put your money. So for example, if I really care about the oceans, I can remove plastic from the ocean. By giving them a choice, we hypothesize that we will create a sticky ecosystem for them. And more importantly, we can actually collaborate on a community level. So if you want to build a basketball court in your backyard, in a park, clean up a park, clean up your beach, our tooling allows you to come together and use like the collaborative ecosystem or economics around that. So we really like allow you to partner with yourself, improve your personal level, community level, and on a global level.
And you're charging the end user. You're not, or you're charging the financial institution a per user, right?
Exactly. The end user will use it for free.
And what's your first trial customer, your first agreement that you've signed? What's the commitment there?
1,000 users.
1,000 users on a trial.
Exactly.
That's good.
We have two of them. We have 1,000 users, and that's a minimum. To be very clear about that, and we're doing a slow rollout. We're not going to go all 1,000 at once. We just want to prove out our case over a period of 6 months to a year.
Well, it's a noble startup. I wish you awesome success and help create social impact. Thank you very much. It was great.
Great. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks, Gurjeet.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.